Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution. Hal loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face! I am sorry.
Gosh, all I can think about is Diluc.
Yeah! Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Many ladies in the court of Fontaine like to spray their perfume onto a delicate lace strand, allowing them to generate a pleasant fragrance with each flick of the wrist. It's quite an ingenious method. Ah, now there's an idea. Oh, just a moment, please. I need to jot this down. Reconstitute! Many ladies in the court of Fontaine like to spray their perfume onto a delicate lace fan, allowing them to generate a pleasant fragrance with each flick of the wrist. It's quite an ingenious method. Ah, now there's an idea. Oh, just a moment, please. I need to jot this down.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
I'm not the friend to come to for words of comfort or encouragement. But when it comes to weighing the costs of your actions, ask away.
Wind go with you.
Finding someone to talk to would be better than just standing around.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Welcome to Mondstadt.
Ahau loves being antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Welcome to Mondstadt.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
I'm not the friend to come to for words of comfort or encouragement. But when it comes to weighing the costs of your actions, ask away.
Finding someone to chat to would be better than just standing around.
Wind go with you.
Hey! Frost is coming! Finding someone to chat to would be better than just
Mondstadt
standing
welcomes
around.
you.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution.
Hey! Frost is coming! Scanning! Finding someone to chat to would be
Mondstadt
better than
welcomes
just
you.
standing around.
Sight clear.
Wind go with you.
Welcome to Mondstadt. Welcome to
Mondstadt
Mondstadt.
welcomes.
Morning, guys. Hope you enjoy my stream. Let me see, what should I do now?
as we said bye to the others, still no news about Rarer. If only he was gone for good. But
Hello! You must be the traveler. Mr. Flynn's has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the...
a wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go.
One more kiss.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This
Looks like his appetite truly is
He's not seriously. Everyone's here already.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir to strike, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning.
And we're sure that... Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like...
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will post...
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rarir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left.
Yeah.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, if I were... Unless...
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have...
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail...
There are many besides his name.
Exactly. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find... So, if we do... Last time we...
Well, somewhere like the Eye...
A perfectly
I agree.
Wait, what?
If I recall correctly...
That's right. Yes, it...
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? And if we do run into Rarir... That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run.
Agreed.
All right. We'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa. Let's go.
How long does it take to finish
Nope. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. So, you guys didn't find any... Not loving the word.
I questioned a few, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either...
He's been biting it.
All we can do... Wait, he's actually here?
No, it's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here.
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
That was too close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional...
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we were...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly. We had no...
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see.
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only...
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what up?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your neck. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Lama? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not... Yeah. We can't... Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar.
But...
Kutar, I know they would make self-centered wishes. Force you to accept meaningless offerings in return. And then expect, if it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much reflection, any relationship, you were born here.
Thank you, Lama. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us.
It is. Rejected by the world. My power is...
What do you mean?
The three moons belong to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other two. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, but this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely...
Then what are we waiting for?
Insulation chamber deployed.
Rush attack!
Close your eyes.
They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
The rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape. This goes on much longer.
Beware the creature
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could.
Hold up! Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amspartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the AKA, the Black Market of as an expedition. Anyway, where allow me to...
You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from
Enough?
Yep. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by...
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self. Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it...
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Well, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, you stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild... That said, while Aino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisia. I don't know who or what could pull something like that.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nodcryan
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess all we... Still, your intel also... But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, but is it even possible that he works... The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, first, to my knowledge...
What if there was a...
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal... They say I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon. last piece in the...
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tide.
According to my analysis, this solution is feasible.
I know a way, but... yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. As you saw, people's upset. The wild hunt.
It's true. If Kuta...
But where will we go?
That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstaking.
She heard me. Boss! Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal.
Since this failed, we can't do...
Wait a sec. Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides...
Allow me to
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. So you're just going to set the... Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me? What if we told you we can't do this? Oh, then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free. I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next... Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be... If there's any way...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't get Flints. That fragment that Rerir was after. Do you still...
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait, you actually have some lead?
Shh. I get it. And that brings me to the third and final line. I'm in for this.
Count me.
Come off it, I'm way ahead of you here. Enough of this once they're ready.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then. Once your team is fit.
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like...
Huh. You really think that's gonna scare us off? We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to...
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for desert out of consideration for our
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood.
Hi, welcome to the stream. If you enjoy, then give a like. I am doing that conquest.
So tell me, actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything. I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and set whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past. I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
Hi bro, welcome to the stream. Hi.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Hit the like button if you enjoy.
The name? I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
I'm doing the Archon
Is
quiz
she a
right now.
nod cry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in nod cry are me and... what is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me.
If you have Insta, then go and follow my Insta. Sanko Life, there is a form, fill that and you have a chance to win a walkin. I have only few followers right now. The winning rate is right now is so high.
Is that a no then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Go and follow the Insta. Sanko Life, the same name as here. And here are two story. The second story, there is a form you should fill. If you no need of required you if you interested to fill the Gmail or no, if you not you don't need to. Just follow my Insta and then there is your Instagram name. Put your Instagram, then that's it.
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just...
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly,
you'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of... Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again.
I'm sad after hearing that. Oh my god.
Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be... that might be your plan. But it's... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the...
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for wolves. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as... Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my...
I know. But
this is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbish. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick It's Your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations.
Get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for all.
She's not. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is good deduct. Whoa. I'm not sure.
Whenever I've never. I on the up.
If you ask me, you're about.
Once I take. And also death.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. That shady merc.
Come on. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
You telling me to not speak.
Hey. What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See?
I don't have that much time because I think 2 days left. After that 500 PMOs are gone. That's why I am doing as faster as what I said. Morning. Welcome to the stream. Hit the like button by the way.
Any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The Great Lords. So, let me guess.
You guessed correctly. What if you...
The one type of geek, at the very least.
What if I told you it's...
Is that so? Then we really... You're a powerful... If you're willing to... Then... Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm... favors are...
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 more. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I... So remember, don't be frightened. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Hi, Reverie. Since
Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'll test it out. And if it's as good... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pit...
They didn't sign their...
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. Joseph asked for... if he invites me again.
The Lindis.
That's the grain imports keep falling. Honestly, I don't care if it's an impressive...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushroom. That would explain why they use so much stone, and they even use alchemically modified strains for food.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to...
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain... Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced the burial place of a fallen moon. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would the burial place of a fallen moon?
Revere! Oh.
Dane! Oh, and... Vedelson here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
দাঁড়াও।
Hello there, Revere. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
Life put you to.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh?
Dance hey?
What's up, Ved?
It's nothing. Vedifulnir, Daneslif's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Felindis, you're back early.
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifulnir showed up today, too. You know, Daneslif's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedifulnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Daneslif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember?
Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever.
오비도지야.
Nobody's.
오비도지야.
Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find Thelendis? It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revere. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Thelendis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Finster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall,
So many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the King's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Rayhir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The Moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
Rayhir seems to be very concerned by Vedalfnir's reaction. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
So, he's late after all. Are you waiting for someone, ma'am?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But, I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of Not long ago, the Rayhir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And,
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rayhir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Simple. It's...
How strange. Rayhir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis. Rayhir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time. So that was your doing? Did you just... Any more questions and I'll have to start charging?
I had no idea you could do that, boss. Seriously, that was I gotta admit, though.
I'm just as curious. Luckily, we managed. So far, so good. Especially the... If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know Bob.
They might not have seen us yet, but that's never gonna work. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rare. Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things. Fire. Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Zandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. He sure doesn't pull his...
Excuse me, do you...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see... Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Zandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that Catgirl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves. For agility.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time.
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought...
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchina.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am.
A Fatui Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our... We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction when... That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This is not as a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all. One look, and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
Well, Since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé. Or at least, what's the matter?
Daughter.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his? Do we know?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contained some of Thelindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be loose. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conrians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood cop, oh yeah. Just like how it was with the captain. If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who never knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right, then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers.
I'll head back to the curatorium.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so... Stay safe, everyone.
We're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little...
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, Our resident moon goddess has found everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right. Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amspartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion.
Mount Everest.
But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up to that. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still...
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here. And Efa and I will head back over to Amsfarnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Inefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsfarnir on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flame.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't... you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Conria?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins. And what's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered red. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the Abyss. You all understand the nature of the Abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug of war.
Whew. Sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you are unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Karians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three Moon Sisters. Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the Abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead...
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange...
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody.
That's right. For now. It's the only way I can pay you back for your... The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Parenhary, also known as Leobranto Enum. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangled romances of its characters. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon Sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between those burned away by such flame. In short, I can open a passage to that space. The catch is I'll need to stay on this. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances.
Mistress of the 7 hues of ages past, Great Mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the 2 realms. By fire severed, by fire renewed. I offer myself now, and beseech your descent.
Graphics are pretty bad. Shit.
One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it! I sense a sinister gloom and I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.
Agility. Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's red.
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your...
Careful! There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the bump. Haimon's right behind you. Whatever you do, don't run up without her. By the way, Alambina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
I'm not sensing any. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Are you running away? Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that. Do you think these mechanisms...
Felindis, we'll leave the
I hope this isn't... Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rear's girlfriend? How come we're hearing her? Oh, yeah. So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
The Abyss has made this space extremely Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like echoes.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning for me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby. Points for agility. Are you running away?
So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking... If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end. With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon mare. Oh, Revier, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Belinda's voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose! Let's go!
Moon's marrow. Still burning away. If we can purify the abyssal power. It's so cold.
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed, and I am finally... I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like, tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If you look so puzzled. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason.
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon, for a fading soul like hers.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help you regain your strength. All right. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon,
Huh?
oh lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
What are you waiting for?
Yo! What was that?
Wait, is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn evermore.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrear like just one more ray of moonlight. It's okay.
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The ray here...
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you... When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the...
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow strong. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rayrear.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rayrear, give it some thought. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandra.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade.
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
Thank you for...